Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Spice and Wolf episode number 24 reaction, and this is the final episode of this season. So the previous episode, things are not looking good. First and foremost, everyone's blaming us, blaming what's his name, Lawrence, and then after that also blaming Evan, and then finally they're also blaming Elsa. So the villagers, they are just like just doing whatever they want. They're harassing them and everything, and we get to know a little bit more about the whole situation, how this happened before as well. When Father France was also in charge, they literally didn't care about them. Even though Father France did so much for them, the villagers were just absolute, like just didn't interact with them, didn't give them enough donations and stuff. It was a bad situation overall. So now they're doing the same here as well. They're blaming Elsa, they're blaming Evan. All that is happening, and in the end we decide to leave along with Evan and Elsa. And obviously not just leave, but we'll have to leave and talk with the Merchants Association so that they can take care of the whole situation with what was the name? I forgot the name of that place. The place where they're trying to harass them. What the hell? I just forgot it. Forgot the name. Anyway, so that they can deal with them and make sure Lawrence's reputation doesn't go down. So that's the plan. But how do we get out of here? Obviously, we'll have to go with Hollow. Hollow showed her true, like her ears to everyone, to Evan and that lady as well, the bar lady. And then now we are going to be getting away from this place. So let's see what happens and how this concludes. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't think they'll realize that we. Okay. Yeah, they'll blame her. Okay, and that. Well, hmm, someone in front of us. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, we're out. Path of the snake or an answer of the wise wolf. Wait, wheat and wait. So wait a minute. Why is there wheat here? What? Oh, I see. Oh, so yeah, people were afraid of this place. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, they're afraid. Like, I'm interested in the fact that there's wheat here because obviously wheat is the like like a symbol of hollow, isn't it? So this one was very interesting. Oh, bruh. Mm. Wow. Yeah. Oh. Damn, he'll trip. Calm down. If Lawrence trips here, straight to the hospital. Hmm. Damn. Hello? Okay. Yeah. Oh, here we go. The wheat. Oh, damn. We actually properly see the transformation today. Usually we have never seen her properly transform. Yeah. Yeah, they're scared. Yeah. You'll forget it tomorrow, by tomorrow. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Better hold tight, otherwise, ex. Yeah, the hold tight, like really tight. Even Lawrence is like, bro, I've, I've experienced this before, but I'm still not used to it. Yo, the, oh my god, yeah. Oh boy, damn. Yeah, halfway already. That is crazy. Yeah. 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 Right. Oh, someone's coming. Oh, we better leave. Okay, so right. It's not that much of a danger, I'm assuming. Oh boy. Oh wait, no, this is something else. Wait, what the hell? This is like the R. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. What like? Okay. Okay. Oh, those are wheat. I guess that makes sense. No. 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 Nope. 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 In no way. Yeah, but that would not be the way. Exactly. Well, let's be on our way. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Oh no, are they like? Yeah, I was gonna say. Hmm. Well, yeah, they won't admit it. Hmm. Yeah, so they're like all ready and everything to go and. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, she's feeling like. Hmm. Yeah. So she herself doesn't know if she's a god. Like it's a. Hmm. Yeah. Like you cannot like label them as god or like something else like because that's the truth. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Whoa. What? Wait. But then, well, I guess she decided to. Hmm. She said, she wants to carry on Father Francis. Well, you gotta decide what you wanna do. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, he's telling you to decide just which direction you want to go. There you go. Wait, so they're gonna walk now? Like, goddamn, that's a long distance. Yee. What the? Hello? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, she had given up about Yoitsu, I guess, but now seeing these two go in that direction, hmm, yeah, don't think so. Damn, that is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, because it's been too long. Nobody knows what happened after that. Yeah, where the bear went after that. Hmm. No, about yeah, her. Yeah, that's true. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but how can she say that? If then her like miracle. Oh, maybe. Yeah, but won't they just label her as a witch or something? Oh, I guess exactly. That's what I'm saying. They can say that, oh, you're a witch. All right. What the? Oh. Oh, damn. She's literally making them grow, I guess. Yeah. But like I said, can the church say that? But I guess like she's making like weed grow, so that's we have to turn the returned wheat into money. Then I was gonna say like he's a merchant. Can't he do something about it? Well, yeah, let's go. Wow. Yeah, they were like planning to walk all the way. God damn, that was a long distance. Oh boy, here we go. But I don't know. I feel like can't. Okay, timing lowest to obtain the greatest profit. I see. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Pagan god under our god. I see. Yeah, she's like, I don't care. Like, like it's fine. Poison? Oh, I guess he'd have to consume. Okay, so I think I can understand the plan. They're going to make Evan eat the poisoned wheat or something like that. Hmm. Oh. Ah, they're here. Yep. Damn, so we just overtook them? Obviously, Hollow's fast. Wait, wasn't this supposed to be the final? Oh no, there's one more episode left. Oh damn, I forgot. Okay, usually it's like 24 episodes, so I thought this would be the end. There's one more episode left. It's 25, I think. Oh yeah. Okay, okay. My bad. I said in the beginning like the final episode, so no. This isn't the final. Okay. Miracle's Path. Okay. And that was today's episode. Yeah, so this was episode 24. So there's one more episode left. At the beginning of the episode, I was like, oh, final episode. So nah, that was my mistake. Usually it's 24 episodes, so I assumed this was also 24 episodes. Okay, never mind. Alright, one more episode left after this. So today's episode was basically us coming to a decision what we should do. At first we were like running away from that, then by the end of it, Elsa decided that no, I need to go back. I'm going to continue Father Francis, like, teachings and everything. So, yeah. And Evan also, like, today's episode was like decisions, basically. So, after seeing that, like, Lawrence was like, what will you do? If you're going to be a merchant, you have to think of profit, loss, and everything. So, what do you think about this situation? Which direction do you want to go? At which Evan decided to go back along with Elsa. And then obviously we had Hollow also come into terms with her own feelings about the situation. And it's interesting because I never realized this up until they like showed it today, is that Hollow was kind of equating this situation, was comparing this situation to her situation. So basically Elsa and Evan getting away from the village in when this type of situation is going on, she kind of was feeling, I guess you could say, like she was comparing that to her not being at Yoitsu when the bear came and attacked. And she was kind of, I guess you could say, through this situation, she was kind of finding salvation about her own situation that happened. So as soon as Elsa and Evan decided to go back, now she became conflicted because she was like, oh, this didn't happen in my situation, so was I wrong? Or like was it unfortunate that I was just not there? Like she became conflicted with that whole thing. Like I didn't realize that she was looking at this in that way. Like as soon as she kind of stomped on Lawrence and was asking him that, oh, like what should I have done, is then it clicked in my head. I was like, oh my god, so that's what's going on. She's kind of comparing this to that, right? So like sometimes when people like something has happened in their past which they cannot change anymore, they try to find salvation to that by present situations, and like something like that, by doing something in the present, they try to find salvation for that. It was something like that, I guess, that was going on with Hollow, which I never realized. And but from the looks of it, it seems like Lawrence realized what Hollow was trying to do or what Hollow was going through. Okay, so yeah, so that's what happened. And then like Lawrence told her that like that whole section, I'm going to talk about that in details in in the scene by scene discussion section. Like Lawrence told her about, like, oh, what would you have done then, like you weren't there, you had no, like you have no way to know that the bear would attack, and other stuff she kind of said. I'm going to go to that part and read that part in details. There was a few things that I want to talk about there, but I cannot remember the details of the conversation, but something like that, it went something like that. And in the end, Hollow was like, all right, then we have to make our own decision now, what should we do? And they decided to go back and help out Elsa and Evan. Now they came up with a plan. So from, like, they didn't reveal what the plan is, but from the little bits and pieces that we got to hear, a few things are going to happen. First and foremost, this somehow going to make Lord Trudeau like the one superior in this situation. That's why Elsa said that if this happens, if it goes according to plan, then the pagan gods, which is obviously referring to Hollow, will be like lower than Lord Trudeau. Are you okay with that? Because yeah, and Hollow's like, it's fine, I don't care. Like I'm not that like small-hearted that I'm going to take that to heart or something. I'm okay with it. Right. And she said, doing this doesn't really mean that I'm going to get like I'm in any way inferior to Drill, so I don't really care. So that's like I'm guessing that will be like a part of their plan. So what I'm assuming is that Elsa and Evan there, somehow the plan involves in making Tureo like showing how he's like superior to some kind of to the situation, something like that, which is probably going to validate and make the people from Enber like change their mind or something like that. Also, they were talking about a miracle, so I'm assuming Hall's going to perform some kind of a miracle which they're going to sell as if like, oh, this is something that Lord Tureo did. So if the miracle works, then people from Enber will think it was Lord Tureo who did the miracle, and they'll probably be like, all right, fine, we'll go away, something like that maybe, you know. So that's another thing. Another part of the plan, I feel like it has something to do with Evan consuming that wheat, that poisoned wheat. That's why he was saying something like, oh, if I get poisoned, then like what should we do or something like that, he was saying. And Hollow was kind of joking around and saying like, oh, then I'll eat you, don't worry about it. So the fact that he said that means probably that he's going to eat the poison wheat. So from all of these like scattered information, what I could gather is basically what they're going to do is that they're going to somehow make like show everyone and make Evan eat the wheat, the poisoned wheat, and they're going to like some kind of miracle will be performed by Hollow, I'm assuming, which is going to make him survive even after consuming that wheat. And they're going to sell it as like, oh, this is Lord Tureo's blessing or something like that, which will probably make Enber back down from this whole thing, because they're going to see it in front of their eyes, something like that. Right. So yeah, something like that. I'm assuming is going to happen. So we'll see. Next episode we'll probably see what happens. Right, and there you go. That was basically today's episode. There wasn't anything else though. That was basically it. Today's episode was them just thinking and making a decision to what to do and how to deal with this situation. So yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting them to go back. Like, I didn't expect that, because I was thinking they're going to leave this place and then we're going to come back or something like that. I thought, but midway that they're going to go back, I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, that makes sense, because obviously, I guess if you think about it that way, then however the villagers treated them, Father Franz stayed in that village, and Father Franz continued his job and continued his he continued helping everyone. So in that way, if you think about it, he was, what can I say, he was like a truly selfless man in that sense, if you think about it. Because we heard before in the previous episode literally how the villagers treated them so badly, even while like Father Franz was doing so much for them, and now after he died, they're just doing the same thing with Elsa. So the villagers definitely don't deserve what they're getting, but it's not their job to judge people, it's their job to do good, because this is the thing, I guess, like at the core of everything, like you'll see, like any kind of like, be it religion, be it discipline, whatever whatever you look at in a proper way, at the core of everything, it's always been said that you do your thing, you do what is right and what is correct. Do not expect to get compensation from that for others, or do not expect anything from others. You just do what you're supposed to do, the right thing that you're supposed to do, that is, be true to yourself, like help people, all these things you do. What others do to you, that is none of your concern. You are not the person to judge another person, or like, something like that. You be true to yourself and you do your thing. That is like the true way of, like being like like I said, you can literally apply this to anything, be it any kind of discipline, religion, whatever. So in that sense, if you think about it, even though they treated them like crap, Father Franz knew what he was doing. Father Franz knew that this is what he's supposed to do, and he helped the people when he had the chance to. and he never backed down from that. So in that sense, he was truly a good person, a person who, like, did his duty. Similar to that, Elsa probably wants to carry that on as well. So her running away from here would probably go against it. So she decided to go back, and even if she tries her best and is able to help everyone out, who knows, if maybe in the future as well people will treat her like crap, just like they're treating her now. But that is not what she is focusing on. She's focusing on the part that she can do, what she can do for others, and that kind of thing. And she's going to do that duty. Her duty she's going to perform. She's not going to look at other people, whether they are like giving her back something for that, like returning that generosity. That's not the thing. And in the same way, I guess when Elsa left, like, Ivan also had a choice here, which was basically go to the main place, main towns and everything, and become a merchant. But I guess if that happens, then he will have to like let go of Elsa, or like go along with Elsa. So chase his dreams, obviously, which is like being a merchant and all, or go back with Elsa. So he chose the latter, which he wanted to do. And yeah, so there you go, that's what happened. Okay, yeah, that was a really good episode. And yeah, let's wait and see. Next episode next week, we'll see how this concludes and what happens. And hopefully we get a confirmation of like season 2 or something. Like, I really hope this continues, because obviously the light novel has completed, I'm assuming, way before, so there's no problem in source material. The main thing is that will they continue this? Hopefully they do, because I would like to think that they, like, after so many years, they decided to make a remake of Spice and Wolf. So I would like to think, and I would hope that they did this because they have plans in adapting further. Otherwise, why would they suddenly bring this, like, like revive this and then just drop it again? It would make no sense, like, really. Like, yeah, just like, what? Like, I can only expect that, yeah, they did this because they have plans on continuing this. So hopefully that happens, because honestly speaking, I didn't expect to like this show as much as I like. It's weird to say this, because I've actually watched this before, way back when I started anime, and I forgot like literally everything. I don't remember anything from that, so I have seen this, but I've forgotten everything. So it's weird to see something again now in the present, and then realizing that, damn, I didn't realize how good this was. Because back then when I watched it for the first time, I don't remember enjoying it this much. I don't know why. Maybe my tastes changed, I'm assuming, probably because like back then I was new to anime. So like what in my head, what the exciting, like animes were probably like the ones which had a lot of action and stuff and everything. Like, I'm assuming if Vinland Saga came out back then when I started anime, I probably wouldn't like Vinland Saga or something like that. Or maybe I would have liked it. I'm not really sure. But I think my tastes changed probably in a very different way. So even though I've watched this back then, I don't remember having this, like, enjoying it so much as I'm enjoying it now. Like, I really want this to continue, like, genuinely. And, have more, like, like sequels and everything. So I would like that. I'd very much like that. So I really hope next week we get some kind of a confirmation, at least, like oh yeah, season 2 in production or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, I'll hope for the best. Let's wait and see. And I think this season the remake has gotten a positive reception. So yeah. So I think everything will be, hopefully everything goes well. Anyways, we'll think about that next week. So yeah, that was today's episode. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. Like I said, I need to check a few things today, because there's a few things where I'll need to read properly. Like, I understood like everything, but maybe a little bit of details I'll need to, yeah. So let's go with, let's see. So first and foremost, the first scene we get to see is like Hollow, Lawrence, Ivan, and Elsa going through that tunnel, and they're like moving forward, and they're kind of like like a little bit scared. They're like, oh, what's going to happen if like this place is like a like if you get trapped here, what's going to happen? Because technically, the people are outside, and like Miss Ilva, I think that was her name, the lady. She is going to block the passage, so we won't be able to go back now. So all we can do is move forward. So Evan is like worrying. He's like, oh, what's going to happen if we get trapped here or something? But not to worry about that, because as we move forward, Hollow realizes that we're almost outside. She can smell it. And yeah, we come out of the tunnel. And then as we come out of the tunnel, we see that we are on that place, that little cliff. If you remember, when we came to this village, this place, on the way they kind of said something about like, oh, look at that place on top. That place is supposed to be like the cave where Lord Trudeau is, and people are afraid and stuff like that, they kind of said. So that place is this place. So they, like Evan and like Elsa, they were like, damn, I wasn't expecting that. So like they also talk about how people come here to pray to Lord Trudeau, but people dare not go inside that cave because they're all afraid. But interestingly, this was just a secret passage from the church to here. However, I think Hollow mentions that there was also another path, deeper. So it was like a fork, I'm guessing. Like, we went out from here, but there was a path in this direction as well, which goes deeper. So I think Hollow said something like, who knows, maybe like a snake is just there sleeping, which is Lord Trudeau. And he's just there sleeping and, just there. Something like that, they said. So yeah, who knows? Maybe that's what's happening. Either way, okay, one thing I need to say here. Wait, so I'm guessing this is like, oh, I see. I thought there was like a deeper meaning behind that wheat and the other thing. What was the other thing? But no, I guess the villagers came here to pray, so they just, kept wheat over there as an offering. And because wheat is like Hollow symbol, so I thought like maybe there's some kind of a connection to like Hollow and this wheat or whatever, like but no, I guess this is just the villagers who came here to pray. They like left wheat over here because wheat is the one thing that they provide Ember, like that is like their main thing. So probably they brought the wheat here as an offering to Lord Trudeau. But what is that other thing? Is that pomegranate? I don't know. I think that's pomegranate, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is. Because I remember, who was it? One of the villagers like gave like Hollow pomegranate, and she ate it, and she was like, "Oh, this is so sour," or something like that. She said. So yeah, it's pomegranate. I'm guessing. Yeah. So that was that. Okay. So yeah, like I said, Hollow said here that maybe here we go. The basement was made to intersect with that large burrow. Keeps going deeper in the other direction. Oh, it was Lawrence who said that. I wonder if there's really a giant snake curled up at the end. And Hollow's like, damn, like you humans just love worshipping everything. So maybe the snake is just pissed off. He's like, he's just there, like just hibernating or something, and people come here and bother him, and he's just not happy about that. Right. Anyways, and then they start moving. Okay. So after that, they're like, all right, let's leave this place. You know. Yeah, and like Hollow also kind of warns them that if you show fear, like when she's going to transform, because obviously everyone shows fear, I'll devour the two of you. And they were like, okay, yeah. And they turn around, and Hollow takes out her clothes, obviously, because they're going to tear if she literally transforms in them. It's just like a ruined dress. You'll have to buy another dress. It's kind of funny because I like like most of the shows and everything, like they don't even care about the dress that they're wearing. They just transform immediately, and weirdly and magically the dress also kind of like readjusts itself, like, but it's here at least it's kind of realistic, like, oh, if I'm going to become like a huge wolf, I actually need to take out my dress, otherwise it's just going to tear. So she just takes out her dress and she then stands there. Lawrence Hollow's like, damn, you humans, like like it's so cold here, like standing here without any dress, like she's like my wolf fur is so warm and it's such inconvenient to be in a human form like this, right? Okay, so then she transforms. Oh no, she takes the wheat, crunches on it, transforms. Yeah, and you can see like Evan and Elsa didn't even turn back, but from the whole atmosphere itself, they're like scared. They're like, damn, and then they look back and they see Hollow, and Evan is like, oh wow, looks like Father Franz wasn't a liar. Okay, so yeah, they get up, and Hollow's like, sit tight. If one of you falls, I'm going to take you in my mouth and then carry you like that. So yeah, better be careful. And obviously, first and foremost, she's big. Like she's like huge. Like she's like her legs are huge, obviously. Then on top of that, she's a wolf. Like wolves themselves obviously run extremely fast, even the small wolves. And this is a huge ass wolf. So like she probably runs like even faster than like train and like anything, like like she's just probably just extremely fast. And since she's big, like she jumps around and everything, it's just too much. Even Lawrence, who's kind of used to it, has experienced this. He's also like sweating while grabbing onto Hollow, and Evan and and Elsa are almost dying. They're like, God damn, we're going to get thrown off of her back. So they run for a while, and then Hollow stops, and Lawrence is like, what happened? And Hollow's like, it's fine, we can stop here. Otherwise, these two will probably just die. Like, so, it's been like, we're almost halfway. I doubt they'll be able to catch up with us, even through with horses and everything. Yeah. So there you go. They sit down and have a little nap. They decide to go out, like go towards Enbert the next day. And you can see like, like obviously it was cold. So, like Hollow's like putting their tail on them and then they're kind of using it as a blanket. Hollow's like, it seems like I've gotten like like I've become a mother or something. Because how like like any type of animal kind of sleeps like that with their children, like near the stomach with the tail over them. Right. Okay, so Hollow realizes something's going on, so some kind of a weird disturbance, but it's not that like that urgent that she needs to do anything. So she kind of like turns her ears up and she just keeps quiet. When Lawrence is like, oh, something going on, do we need to move? She doesn't say anything, so that means like, no, we don't need to move. But someone's approaching. So Lawrence is like, okay, let me go and see. So he goes and sees people from Enberg coming with a lot of carriages and everything, a lot of people with spears and everything. And Evan also comes in to see what's going on. So basically, from the looks of it, they are coming to return the wheat. Not only that, they have like the whole like like actual guarded people there with weapons, armed people. So something is going on. Not only that, there was like a carriage, like a very fancy carriage at the back, which makes it think that some kind of a higher up person is there, and that's why there's so much security. So it's probably like that father in that church, like that dude. I forgot his name. He's probably coming over here. Anyway, so that's what's going on. Right. Okay. Evan does ask a question to Lawrence. He's like, what if Hollow like attacks them and kills them? Can she do that? At which Lawrence says that yeah, she can do it, but that's not going to solve the problem. If that happens, they're going to strike you guys down even like in a more like like, because yeah, they'll then have a very good reason to like brand you guys heretics and pagans. They'll literally say that, oh, it was their pagan god who did this, or something like that. They're going to say. So, and then if they bring the actual army, not even Hollow cannot do anything in that situation. So it's just not a good idea to do something like that. Either way, after that they go back to like Hollow, And they're like, all right, let's go. So basically, they'll have a little bit of breakfast. They'll keep moving after that. Right, so you can see they're moving forward, and here you can see Elsa's thinking about something. And she's been thinking about it for a long time, even the previous night, because Evan said that Elsa was not really, like, having a good time. She's thinking about something. So she's been thinking about this whole situation. And then she asks Hollow a question. She's like, are you truly a god? Now, this is the interesting part because, obviously, everywhere in this show, we've seen Hollow being referred to as a god, But, in a way, I never thought of Hollow as a god because she's not really a god. It's more of like she's a divine entity. Like, being a divine entity doesn't really mean you're a god. So, I never, like, at least me, is the audience, I never thought of Hollow as a god. So, the question is actually brought up over here. Like, are you actually a god? At which Hollow kind of says something that I expected. This is something that I've expected from the beginning. And I kind of realized that's probably the case. She says that, okay, where's that part? I'm going to just read this part directly. Yeah, she says, I'm the wise wolf Hollow of Yoitsu. Though I have been called a god for a long time, I live within the wheat and can turn into both wolf and human. Yeah, humans have worshipped me as a god of bountiful harvests, and I have responded to their prayers. And then Elsa's like, bountiful harvest? Then are you Tureo? And she says, you already know the answer to that, do you not? I'm guessing she was going to ask, like, are you and Tureo the same, or something like that, maybe she was going to ask. Okay, so here we go. So this whole conversation. Now, if you remember, Hollow said this literally in today's episode only, that, oh, you humans are funny. You like worship, like, anything and anyone. Something like that she kind of said. So in that sense, if you think about it, the same thing happened with Hollow. She doesn't really know if she's a god. She just knows that she is the wise wolf Hollow from Yoitsu. She can live in the wheat, she can turn into a wolf and a human, and she can, she blesses humans with bountiful harvest. That is what she is. Is she a god? She doesn't know. This is just her. So people have said that she's a god. People have worshipped her as a god. Does that mean she's a god? She herself doesn't know. So it's a very interesting question. Like, she herself has no answer to that. So something like that. And in a way, yeah, I guess that's basically the same with Tureo as well. Who knows? We haven't really seen him, so maybe he's the same same type of a entity as well. So it's kind of nobody knows if she's a god or something. Like, she's just different from others, and they kind of say it over here after that, where I think Elsa said Elsa said that, so you are Hollow, just like Lord Tureo is just Lord Tureo. Here we go. Tureo is Tureo, you are you. So that is kind of the answer to it. That, are you a god? She doesn't know. People have said that she's a god. People have made her into a god. But does that mean she's a god? She doesn't know. She's just Hollow. She's a Hollow, the wise wolf of Yoitsu. Same with Tureo probably as well. Tureo is just Tureo. People have worshipped him, which, people have made him into a god. But does that mean he's a god? Nobody knows. Okay, right. Okay, so here you can see then Elsa comes to kind of says something like, then. Okay, Hollow says that question. Where is it? Is not one you should ask me. I guess she was kind of this is the question that she was going to ask her back then in the previous episode, and she's kind of thinking about it again. And if you remember, she herself said that, you don't have to answer my question, I'll think of it myself. If I don't think of it myself, that'll defeat the purpose. And Hollow says the same thing to her, you should think of the answer yourself. You shouldn't ask me about it. It's your faith, what you believe in. If you want to believe, you can believe, like, and that's how you should go. Like, if you don't want to believe, that's also your option, your choice. So it's your choice. You shouldn't ask me. I shouldn't be the one to show you the way in this situation, at least, because if I do that, you're going to cling to it. So, and later on down the line, maybe you'll regret it. So take your own decision, think of it yourself, and do what your heart tells you. Basically that. Okay, so Elsa starts crying. She's like, I'm fine. Okay, so this is where she says that I will carry on the legacy of Father Franz. And as soon as she made this decision, which would mean she'll go back. I can say it with certainty. And yeah, then she's like, I'm going to go back. I will return to the village. Okay, so you can see Hollow kind of reacts over here, and we get to know why she reacts over here later on. Evan was like, wait, what? And she's like, I'm sorry, Lawrence. And Lawrence is like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, and she's like, I have to return. Like, it was Father Francis' place. He did his duty. I'm supposed to do my duty, so I'm going to go back. When I've decided to carry on Father Francis' legacy, I'm going to go back. And Evan is now conflicted. Evan is like, what should I do? And Elsa is like, it is your dream. Go and become a merchant if you want. Yeah, and she moves on. So Evan is now like, what will I do? And Lawrence is like, it's your decision. Elsa wants you to become a fine merchant, and becoming a merchant means always like, be able to weigh the gains and losses in a calm manner. So what do you think about this? Is this like more beneficial for you, or is this something that you're losing more than you're gaining? If you think that you're losing more than you're gaining, then you go back. If not, then you can come with us. Basically that. Oh no, Lawrence also kind of mentions that, can you do that? So basically he's saying, like, can you be like that in this situation? Like, put this on a scale and be like, oh, this is more beneficial than, I'm losing more than I'm gaining more than I'm losing. In this situation, at least, can you do that? Yeah. If not, then obviously listen to your heart. No matter how strong-minded she may be, and no matter how firm her resolve, it doesn't mean she's not without worry. A merchant must be able to weigh the gains and the losses. How do the gains and losses weigh on your scale? There you go. Yeah, so are you gaining in this situation than you're losing, or are you losing more than you're gaining? Whichever your answer is, you listen to that. Right. And Evan decides to go back. And then you can see Hollow, like, kind of pushes Lawrence down. Now, this part I was kind of confused, because like I said, I didn't realize Hollow was like looking at this situation and comparing this to her situation, because that never even crossed my mind that she's looking at it like that. But it makes sense, because like, she's very much like thinking about the Yoitsu situation and the bear destroying the village. So she is comparing this with them running away from the village with her situation. So now that they're going back, now she's conflicted and she doesn't know what to feel. Here we go. Was I wrong? And Hollow says, where is that one? Yeah, so Lawrence says something like that. Who can truly be the judge? Yeah. She says, I cannot. However, Okay, Lawrence says, to fight for your hometown, even against hopeless odds, which is literally what's happening with Elsa and Evan now. And you can equate that with the Yoitsu situation as well. At the very least, you will be left with no regrets. And that is the thing, because Hollow is left with regrets because she didn't know that happened. So I think Lawrence also mentions this later, that if you knew this was going on, you probably would have done the same as Elsa and Evan did. Go back there, even though the situation was hopeless and you won't be able to do anything, you'd probably still go there and do it. Okay, so right, and here you can see Hollow turns back to her human form, and Hollow says, my claws can crush stone. I can defeat any number of humans. I know that very well. No one can beat me in Yoitsu. No human, no wolf, no deer, no boar. What about a bear? Yeah. So could I have beaten the moon hunting bear? And Lawrence says like, I don't think so. But if you fought to the death, I'm sure you would have filled at least 3 pages in the book. So yeah, she'd probably die, and her name would probably be written in the book, and that's it. She survived because she wasn't there, and she's blaming herself, I guess, for not being there and not doing what she could have done. Yeah, so Lawrence says like, I cannot really say if that would be a good or a bad thing, because that would give her peace of mind, I guess, if she just went there and fought to the death and just died. But now that she's alive, she's just regretting it. So Lawrence is saying like, I don't know which would have been good and bad, which would have been bad. But that is all hypothetical, which is true, because that didn't happen. You're alive over here, and like, that never happened. You cannot go back to the past and change your past. So basically Lawrence is saying that you're just thinking of what you could have done, and you're making that affect your life. Basically, you're living in the past, something that you won't be able to change. And Hollow knows that he's not wrong, he's right in every sense, and Hollow says like, no, you're not wrong. Okay, Lawrence says, if you heard that the moon hunting bear attacked soon after you left Yoitsu, I'm sure you would have rushed back. Yeah, definitely, just like how Elsa and Eva, now that they have a choice, they have gone back. But Lawrence says, but that didn't happen, and you cannot change that. Disaster came while you were completely unaware. You understand how foolish you're acting right now, don't you? Yeah, because she's letting that affect something that she won't be able to change. She's letting that affect her. And Hollow also says that, yeah, I understand, but at the same time, I cannot help it. Yeah, that I know very well. Okay, so then she gets up, and yeah, she helps Lawrence get up, like pulls him up from the. Yeah. Okay, what excuse were you going to use if Elsa and Evan came back? Excuse for what? Killing me. Yeah. In a situation like this, if I were a human female, you would have no right to complain about getting murdered. Yeah. The murdered don't have any ability to voice a complaint. Wow. What do you want to do? Okay, so yeah, and then she's like, yeah, I guess I'll be asking you that. Okay. Yeah, so Hollow says that, can we not do anything for them? And she's like, I couldn't do anything in that situation, but I can do something in this situation at least. So should we do something? Okay, so this whole conversation. So yeah, I can understand what's going on over here. Obviously, like I said, Hollow was equating this situation with her situation and finding salvation through that. But as soon as she sees Evan and them going bad, she started feeling conflicted, and she started feeling that, oh, like, I could have done this. I could have been in the same situation. I could have gone and fought the bear. At which Lawrence says that it's all hypothetical. You at this point cannot change anything. That happened. Nobody, like, you cannot really say if that was good or bad, but since that happened, you're at least alive. And since you're alive, and you're just kind of like blaming yourself, not blaming, but you're feeling bad about the situation and thinking, maybe I could have done something about that situation. And one thing Lawrence says is very true. He says like, disasters happen even when you are not in a place. So at this point, thinking about that and trying to kind of make that affect you in itself is not going to help you. At which Hollow says that, yeah, I understand, but I cannot help it, because that's what people, like, anyone who has emotions are going to act like that, and they cannot help regretting what has happened and the fact that they didn't know that happened, and maybe they could have changed something. So it's all like, basically like all hypothetical situation. But this situation, at least as they say, that it can be, something can be done. And I guess in like, Hollow helping Evan and Elsa out is in a way of her finding salvation in the fact that, oh, she couldn't do anything with her village situation, but maybe she can help someone else who's facing a similar situation and find salvation through that. Something like that, I guess. But yeah, there you go. So this is where they're like, what should we do now? What they talk about here, Lawrence and Hollow, is performing a miracle. But Hollow, like, I don't know, I'm not really sure if this is a good idea. I guess it is, because technically, now that I think about it, and in the end, it was kind of revealed how they're going to do it. So they're going to make this, like, situation where I think Evan is going to eat the wheat and probably survive, and Hollow will be responsible for making him survive, and they're going to say that, oh, this is a miracle provided, like, done by Lord Dureo. So people, like the people from Enver, they'll probably be like, not be able to do anything in this situation, or make, like, claim them as heretics or whatever, or pagans or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they're going to do something like that. But like, what I was thinking is that Hollow is going to perform the miracle and everyone is going to see it. So I was kind of worrying about the fact that can't the church, like, people from Enver, can't they just say that, oh, she's doing stuff like this, she's a witch or she's a pagan, but from the looks of it, I don't think people will know that Hollow is performing the miracles. That will be a secret. People, like, like, they're going to sell the whole thing as if, like, oh, Lord Tureo did that or something like that. Because yeah, so I was like, here in this part while I was reacting, I was saying like, oh, will that really help? But I was thinking that Hollow's going to be performing the miracle and everyone is going to see that. So if that actually happened, or if that happens, I feel like there's a huge possibility the people can just, like, blame Hollow and be like, oh, she's the witch over here, she's performing these type of, magic, like black magic or whatever, and kind of make her the scapegoat or whatever. But I don't think that's going to happen, because they're not going to show Hollow performing the miracle. They're going to play it off as Lord Turo performing the miracles or something like that. I don't know. Okay, unless a miracle happens. Yeah, and this is where Lawrence remembers that Hollow said that, oh, when I was, back then, sometimes as a way of, like, killing time, I used to perform miracles. Yeah. At which Lawrence is like, you said you performed miracles for humans before. I have said such. Will that help in such way anyway? Yeah. So he says that there have been cases in the past where claims of heresy were retracted because of a miracle. Yeah, and that is where Lawrence says, but the people who will be deciding whether it's a miracle or not are the church. So unless and until it's a very big miracle, like, they're not going to listen to you. And it might even backfire. Who knows? So they need to make them show something in such a degree that they have to accept that this is a miracle. They cannot disregard it as some kind of black magic or anything. No, it needs to be in such a degree. At which Hollow says, like, it must be a miracle that happens before their eyes. Like, literally, if they see in front of them. Oh, you know what? I think I understand what's happening. I think I have a clear understanding of what's going to happen. Like I said, they're going to make Evan eat the poisoned wheat, but I think what's going to happen is somehow they're going to put the diseased wheat in front of them and be like, oh, this wheat is, like, poisonous. Now I'm going to make Evan eat this wheat, and a miracle will happen where he's not going to die. And that is when we saw, like, Hollow did something with the wheat over here. Like, Hollow asked Lawrence for a wheat and she did something. I don't know what she did there, but I think Hollow's going to do whatever she did and make the poisoned wheat become normal, and they're going to make Evan eat the wheat, and Evan will survive. And then everyone will be like, oh my god, yes, you're right, this is a miracle, or something like that might happen. I don't know. Because yeah, Hollow, they don't really show us what happened, but Hollow looked at the wheat and did something, and something happened with the wheat. So, this is truly a miracle, as Lawrence says. And Hollow's like, so what do you think? the other thing that can easily be seen with the eyes would be my form as a wolf, and she's like, no, we don't need to do that. And I feel like if she did that, they'll probably just like like I don't know, blame her and say that she's a pagan or whatever, and she's a witch or whatever, something like that. So I think it's going to backfire. So this is fine. This is all that we need. Okay, so this is where Lawrence says, like, okay, that's all well and good, but even if you're able to tip the scales in our favor, I don't think Enber will buy back the wheat. So there's still been problems. So what do we do in that situation? Obviously, Lawrence comes in that situation. He's a merchant. I think Lawrence will probably go back and talk to the Merchants Association to do something about the whole wheat situation. Maybe they're going to buy it in bulk from them and provide them with money or something. Yeah. Okay, then after that they like move again towards Elsa and Evan, pick them up midway and go back to that place. So now they're like, we need to make a plan how to show the miracle in front of others. So they're like, Lawrence says that we have to do this in a situation where they will be in most like peril. Like as Lawrence says, whenever the price is the lowest, we should strike to obtain the greatest profit. So basically equating that with this, we have to strike when they are in the most danger. So when Enber will be like almost on top of them, we are going to show the miracle. Okay. Right. So this is where Elsa says, yet even if I show them a miracle, I doubt the villagers will abandon Tureo. And I have an idea on how to show the miracles to others, but it is going to make like hollow. Okay, here we go. This is what she says. This method will place the pagan gods under our gods. So yeah, they're hollows, like like ranking or whatever you call it. Yeah. Do you have a problem with it? At which Hollow's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm unquestionably more amazing. A truly great wolf does not take such things at one's position too hard. Yeah, she's like, I couldn't care less. Basically. If it is necessary for your schemes, then do it. I don't have a problem. Yeah, and then they move on and they're going to carry out their mission. And that's where it ended. So yeah, there you go. Next episode we'll probably get to see the climax and how this whole thing goes. And yeah. So yeah, there you go. That was it. That was my reaction to episode 24 of Spice and Wolf. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with the final episode of Spice and Wolf. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.